So I wanted to record an update about RPM, because the ideas that I started out having about the soundtrack thing have sort of congealed and become a little bit more solid. So the first thing that I started working with is I'm reading this book. And I decided that I liked the character of Lisbeth Salander, who's not exactly the main character. I liked her name, first of all. I wanted to do something with the name Lisbeth, because that's not a name that you hear. I thought that was interesting. I thought her character was pretty cool. As I got deeper into the story, I started trying to come up with things that Lisbeth could be doing in this fictional movie in my head, and sort of gave up on that in favor of just telling a story about what she's doing in the book, which kind of makes more sense anyway. And so my approach then is to sort of have this story that's already existing, it's in the book, but sort of tell it from her perspective as a soundtrack. So that's that. So then, as I had this idea and I'm reading through the book and I'm, getting to the really good meaty part of it, I started taking notes, and I built a timeline and various different things, and I have these different ideas sort of mapped out what could be things that would be significant to put to music. As I said on my blog a while ago, I really liked the idea of the Leitmotif, however you say that, German word. I don't speak German. That concept that was used for the soundtracks for Battlestar Galactica, and I wanted to play with that because I thought that was an interesting approach to composition. To have these sort of musical themes for characters and also for events that sort of follow the story along and bring the story along, and the idea that I could have these different musical themes and then combine them when two characters are interacting, or if we have this character who's got this theme and this event, and I've got a theme for that event, and putting them together and mixing and using that. I thought that was kind of interesting. So I made a list of characters and themes that I think might have their own leitmotif. And then I also have a list of possible musical tracks right there for different events, which sort of goes to some of them, along with, it sort of matches up with some of the character leitmotif type things. And then, since RPM is 10 songs or 35 minutes, I have a track list ready for 10 songs, and of course I only have 2, opening and closing, and there will be more as I try to put a framework to soundtrack. So, at any rate, I've got notes, and I've got a plan, and it's coming along. It's the 19th of January. I've got 11 more days till RPM starts. I've actually started considering, maybe, don't get your hopes up, considering writing lyrics, and possibly, maybe, singing. It's terrifying. So, that's my update for RPM 2011. Bye.